Bellinger. Fans, be here for our halftime game here. All fans only.
Welcome in, everyone. The NBA Cup has reached the knockout stage. Tonight, it's a quarterfinal in the East. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. A look at Chicago. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, the Hawks, right now, quite a ways down below. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Risacher. And it's Alexander Walker in at the points. And for Chicago, at the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Hunter is out there with Jackson. And it's Edey in at the center, filling out the middle. This marks the first game of the NBA Cup knockout round for these two teams. The Eastern Conference wild card on the road against a group winner.
And we've seen the excitement this tournament generates when it gets to this stage. It's a playoff atmosphere. Everyone in the building knows there's a lot on the line.
Pass to Risacher. MP against Okongwu. Alexander Walker passes to Daniels. Okongwu with a screen on White. 5 on the clock. Daniels. Back to Alexander Walker. Off target with his 3. White against Daniels. To the middle. Rebounded by the Hawks. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Risacher. Johnson sets the screen for Risacher. And he's off on his first shot of the game.
3 attempts from the field with nothing to show for it, but they should settle it soon.
And MP throws it down.
Wow, MP just explodes off the floor. What an athlete.
Hawks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And so just over a minute and a half played. Daniels, no good.
That was their 4th straight miss to start this game. Not ideal.
White finds Jackson. Sinks the three-pointer. MP's got his second bucket tonight.
And this is why you got to be all up in MP's airspace, even as the pass is coming his way.
Pass to Alexander Walker. And again, unable to change momentum here.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And the basket by MP.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
I love it when a team comes out and sets the tone physically.
Here's Alexander Walker. A 14-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee. Daniels passes to Alexander Walker. Now Okongwu. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Well, you need to have a short-term memory. You can't worry about the shots that didn't go in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. There's a screen. White against Daniel. Off target from outside. And the Bulls with possession. They're on an 11-2 run. To the inside. Out to White. Here's Giddey. Kept alive. Pass to Jackson. Puts up a 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Okongwu finds Daniels. And it's Risacher missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Back to Jackson. Inside. And MP throws it down.
And you look at this scoring outburst by MP. What's incredible is he still has room to grow.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Whoa! He flew in there. Wow! And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And Johnson giving these fans a show.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T.
Yeah, with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here is Daniels. Scoreless thus far. On the wing, Johnson pulls up from the corner. Again, the Hawks score.
Well, that shows a lot of confidence right there. Johnson knowing how effective he can be off the catch.
There's Jackson with the 3. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got 4 assists in the game. MP has been leading the charge for the Bulls. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And Glenn. Checking for the Bulls. Chicago leading by 17. On the court right now for the Hawks. The post pairing, Johnson along with Porzingis. Daniels out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's White in at the 3. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Knicks played some superb basketball. He scored 45 points, and he pulled in a season-high number of rebounds. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Well, he really lit it up. Maybe we'll see a repeat performance tonight.
Hawks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Pass to Johnson. Back to Alexander-Walker. And here's Porzingis. 5 to shoot. No coverage that time.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
Down low. And the dunk by MP.
I love how he's taking charge out there. Here, offensively, riding the wave.
And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for the Hawks. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, I don't think you can look at these matchups and think it can be just one guy. I would have everybody on the glass to help out.
And the basket by MP.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Bounce pass from Alexander-Walker. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Beyond the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
That is just beautiful ball movement. Unselfish basketball.
Now here's Johnson. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Porzingis passes to Alexander Walker. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Dunn dishes to Jackson. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Jackson's got 11 points in the quarter.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Johnson in the corner. Porzingis sets the pick for Johnson. Rebound by the Bulls. MP's got his 5th rebound in this one. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Dunn in the corner. Back to MP. Bulls moving the ball around. Dunn kicks to Jackson. Misses the 3. And so it's Chicago, rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action in just a minute.
Fans, please direct your attention to...
Well, you have to ask yourself, how much better can they play? Good decision-making, they made shots. That's very impressive, man.
And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
Well, right now for Chicago, there are some...
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Well, he's found his rhythm out there for sure. Now let's see how the defense adjusts to him in this half.
Tim, when you think of the players, which players come to mind as setting the bar for a high basketball IQ?
LeBron James certainly at the top of the list. Nikola Jokic, I would put Luka Doncic in that category as well. IQ means you have the ability to understand defenses and where your 4 teammates are at all times.
And for some it's natural, and for some they probably got to work at it, correct?
You got to work on it, but I think it's critical if you really want to separate yourself from the rest of the pack.
At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Edey out there with MP, and it's Hunter in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. From past the arc, here's Edey, and the dunk by Edey.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
Okongwu finds Rizachet. Back to Okongwu. Pass to Rizachet. Okongwu a screen. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Alexander Walker. The Hawks again can't hit.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
There's Jackson with the 3. Drills the three-pointer. MP's got 6 points in the quarter.
It's critical you find a way to run MP off the line out there. He has that as a big part of his game.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Johnson up top. Daniels from outside. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And that miss makes him 0 for 4 to start this quarter. Not exactly the start they were hoping for.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Kobe White becoming an offensive focal point, saying it means a lot that my coaches and my teammates trust me. The only thing that can prepare you for this is going through it. For me to become the player I want to be, I need those moments. It's all part of the learning process and the journey. Back to you.
All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Daniels finds Rizachet. Johnson with a screen on Hunter. To end the run. And the rejection by MP. Here's Daniels. Hunter grabs the miss.
Nothing from the field to speak of so far. Pretty rough shooting night, and now it's affecting the entire team.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Put you like right there by the feet.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And Okongwu slams it in.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim. He ends a huge run by the Bulls.
And Jackson throws it down.
Oh, it is nice to be young. MP.
And for the Hawks, they're shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Pass to Rizachet. Here's Okongwu. Back to Rizachet. Johnson in the corner. This one for 3. Rebound by the Bulls.
Really tough quarter for him shooting the basketball.
Here's whoa! What a play!
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, it's working now.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Pass to Okongwu. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Daniels. And the shot falls short this time.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, you have to love the execution, and you have to love the relentlessness.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Bulls out front, running away with it. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate.
Bulls making a change here. MV's checked in, and a switch here also for Atlanta. Okongwu's checked in for Newell. Shot from the inbound, and MP gets it to go on the assist by Buzelis. Buzelis has got assist number 5 here tonight. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. On the court right now for the Hawks. We've got Johnson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Okongwu. Then it's White, and it's Samuels in at the 1 spot.
Wow, through that contact, that is a really nice play by Johnson.
Dunn looking over the floor. To the paint. He's looking for MP and finds him.
He's been carrying the load on offense in this one, and he might as well keep looking for his shot the way he's been going.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Pass to Buzelis. The offensive rebound, and no good. Atlanta's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Shot by Johnson, no good.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. The deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. The desire to win, it fuels MP. He doesn't let anything get in his way.
Hawks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
He's done a great job filling up the box score, but so far it just hasn't been enough. He needs help.
Jackson, that's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 3 assists in the game. Here is Samuels. Pass to Porzingis. On target from 13 feet. Porzingis has got 8 points in the quarter.
And the soft touch for a guy Porzingis' size, he shoots it so well from the mid-range.
For Atlanta, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
Here is Samuels. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Johnson. Here's White. No good on the 3. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, you know, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode. And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Chicago.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for MP.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
To the inside. And good! There's another.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Outside, White. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Clock at 4. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Bulls.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
And so Chicago takes this one.